A ship doesn't run aground because the sea did something strange. It runs aground because, hours earlier, in calm water, one stage of the plan got skipped. Every voyage runs 4: appraisal, planning, execution, monitoring. And by law, berth to berth, you don't get to skip any of them. But one of the 4 gets quietly skipped more than the other 3. By the end, you'll know which one, and why it's the one that puts ships on the rocks. The 4 stages run in order, and each hands to the next. Appraisal, gather everything you need to know. Planning, draw the entire voyage and its safety margins. Execution, run that plan against the real, moving world. And monitoring, never once assume you're still on it. They're not a checklist you tick and forget. They're a chain, only as strong as the stage you were tempted to rush. And here's the thing, one of these 4 is the stage crews quietly stop doing first. Keep it in mind, we'll come back to it. Here's why appraisal comes first and why skipping it is fatal. Miss a single chart correction, a new wreck, freshly reported, not yet on your chart, and nothing else in the plan can save you from a danger you never knew was there. So before a single line is drawn, you gather everything. The ship, how she sits, how deep she floats, how she actually turns. The cargo and the crew, what you're carrying, and whether the people are rested and certified to carry it. The sea, the correct up-to-date charts, with every notice to mariners and radio warning already worked in, plus the tides, the weather, and the traffic you'll meet. And the rules for that water, the routing systems, the pilotage, the ports, all of it before you commit. Because appraisal has one job, to surface every area of danger while you still hold every option open. Miss something here, and you'll carry that blind spot the whole voyage. Stage 2 is planning. On the basis of that appraisal, you draw the voyage, the whole thing, berth to berth, as one line on the right scale charts. And onto that line you mark what will try to kill you. Every area of danger, shaded as no-go water, every routing system and traffic service you're bound to obey, every stretch where the environment is protected. One picture, the safe line, and every danger beside it. But a line isn't a plan. Take one course alteration point, mark it where the ship should finish the turn, and she starts the wheel late, swings wide, and runs straight onto the danger you just plotted. So the wheel over goes before the corner, planned for her real turning circle, at her real speed, with the current that pushes her allowed for. That's the mindset for every margin you now build into the line. A safe speed, for the hazards, the way she handles, and the water depth under her. The clearance under her keel, where the water runs thin, the fixes that prove where she is, a primary and a backup, flagged wherever a fix simply has to be right, and the contingency, where you'll run for deep water, a port of refuge, or a safe anchorage if the plan has to be thrown away. Then it's marked, recorded, and approved by the master before she moves. Planning is the entire voyage, made survivable on paper before it's ever attempted. Stage 3 is execution. The plan is finished, the times are set, now you sail it. But you execute in accordance with the plan, judging it against the world as it actually is. So you weigh the things the paper couldn't fix in advance. Is your navigational equipment reliable and in good condition? Will you reach the critical points at the right state of tide and flow? What's the weather doing, especially the low visibility areas? Are you passing the danger points by day or by night? And what does that do to your fixing? And how heavy is the traffic where the routes funnel together? Then the real decision. Suppose the plan depends on a visual fix at one critical point, and the forecast says fog exactly there. The master has to ask, does that turn an ordinary passage into an unacceptable hazard? Do we hold or do we go? And is this the point to call more people to the bridge? An extra pair of eyes, the engine room warned. Execution isn't blind obedience to the plan, it's running the plan with judgment. The plan tells you what safe looks like. Execution is you making the ship match it moment by moment and deciding with the master when the world has changed enough to change the plan. Stage 4 is monitoring, and it's the one that's quietly abandoned first. The rule is simple and absolute. The plan is available on the bridge at all times, so the officer of the watch can reach it and check it instantly. And the ship's progress against that plan is monitored closely and continuously. Not once an hour when it's convenient. Because a plan is a promise about where the ship should be. Monitoring is the constant question. Is she actually there? The wreck you plotted in appraisal, the wheel over you set in planning, the fog you judged in execution. None of it protects you if, for 20 quiet minutes, nobody confirmed the ship was still on the line. That's the gap most groundings fall through. Not a missing plan, a plan nobody was watching. And when the world makes you change the plan, you change it consistently with the same 4 stages, and you mark it and record it. The plan is a living document watched every minute it's alive. So the 4 stages are one chain, and it's mandatory under SOLAS. Every voyage, every vessel, berth to berth, with one name approving the plan and owning the outcome, the masters. Now that ship in calm water. The plan existed, the line was drawn, the margins were set. What got skipped was the 4th stage, monitoring. For 20 quiet minutes, nobody confirmed she was still on the line. And the wreck from appraisal, the wheel over from planning, the judgment from execution, none of it mattered, because no one was watching. That's the stage crews stopped doing first, and the sea, as always, found the gap. The 4 stages as one working page. Every appraisal input, every planning element, the way you'd actually build a plan, is free in the Seaman app. Plan the whole voyage before you sail it, berth to berth. And there's one margin we only touched today that decides more groundings than any other. The clearance under the keel, sometimes just centimeters of water. That's the next video.